Welcome, hockey fans, to Cockburn Ice Arena for this first game of the 2025 Kurt DeFries National Championship between Queensland and South Australia. Queensland defending the goal to the left of the camera. South Australia, the goal to the right of the camera. This is Chris Langelo bringing you the play-by-play. I was expecting to have a colleague join me for the color today, but haven't seen him as of yet. So it'll be just me you'll have to listen to for this game. First game of the tournament for 2025 between these two teams. Two games tonight. First one will be Queensland and South Australia. And the second one is, I'm going to dig up my schedule here. Bear with me. I did have the schedule here in front of me, but I can't seem to locate it. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'll get that for you at the start of the next game, or the end of the first period. Two games today. Queensland, South Australia, and then Victoria versus WA in the concluder tonight's session. So this game between Queensland and South Australia, the lineups for today's game for South Australia, number 4, Reed Wilkins, number 8, Adam Mozejek. I'm going to butcher that name. I apologize ahead of time. If anybody wants to give me a correction, feel free if you see me around the rink. Number 9, Phoenix Hansen. Number 10, Jasmine Chen. Number 15, Yaroslav Mazika. Number 17, Kane Liu. Number 18, Hugo Shapov. Number 24, Maggie Pryor. Number 27, Lachlan Healy. Number 33, Sophie Wandel. Number 34, Hudson Els. Number 56, Eleanor Barter. Number 66, Spencer Holmes Ball. Number 82, Kaz Hannon. Head coach, Stu Henley. Assistant coach, Tyler Boyle. And the team manager, Sarah Els and Bronwyn Barter. For Queensland, number 7, Dane Arthur. Number 8, Archer Spaljarot. Number 11, Oscar Crampton. Number 18, Hunter Campbell. Number 19, Merrick Mannix. Number 22, Mackenzie Womet. Number 23, Adrian Ivans. Number 28, Musa Zhao. Number 57, Alex Corser. 58, Hamish Kortzer. Number 59, Oliver Watts. 68, Dominant Dobrinov. And number 73, Charles Knorr. 77, Emmett Cunningham. 84, Gabriel Duffy. 86, Henry Jeannot. Number 1, Xavier Hale. And Issa Creasy in goal. Head coach, Abby Brown. Assistant coaches, Zoe Cunningham and Blair Ivans. Development coach, Courtney Mahoney. And team manager, Beth Morrison. Courtney, of course, we just saw play against Victoria in the Victoria versus South Africa, Queensland Boxall game. And these kids are just getting underway and getting warmed up for today's session. Be the first one for the DeFries for this tournament. In terms of the tournament setup, each team will play a single game against the other opponents in the tournament. Kurt DeFries National Tournament, the standings from 2024 in elimination play. I'm just looking it up here because I didn't have this information ahead of me. New South Wales, I believe, finished on top. WA with the silver, South Australia with the bronze in 2024. So, New South Wales looking to defend, and the other teams looking to knock them off for the 2025 National Championship. As the teams gather at their goals, it's some teams prefer to gather at the goal with the goaltender, some teams prefer to gather at the bench with the coach, and both teams look like they're going to the goals for the start of this first period. Sam Lamb on the camera for today's game. And the referees and officials for today's game, we've got Matt Gregory and Owen Corral on the lines. And Luke Power has the red stripes on as the referee for today's game, as they look to have a solid game between the three of them. Three experienced officials for this game. Sometimes kids at this age do get a bit rambunctious, and I'm sure the stripes will keep them under control as the game progresses. So starting a goal for Queensland, number 1, Xavier Hale, and for South Australia, number 33, Sophie Wandel. We get set for the opening faceoff. The puck is dropped, and off the draw. Queensland wins the draw, but poked off the stick of the defenseman back into the zone. Number 15 takes the shot. Oh, and then the rebound wide. South Australia on the attack immediately. That's the captain behind the goal. He gets it back to the D to Henley. Number 27 takes a high shot. Goes off the shoulder of Ouimet. Back to the blue line, kept in. Henley, good work keeping the puck in the zone. Behind the goal goes number 47, scores! Oh, and it's waved off immediately by referee. And it looks like it may have gone through the netting. I think that's what the referee's saying, or under the post. He was in the perfect spot as it was waved off immediately. We'll see if we can listen in on the conversation. As the officials are discussing that play, waved off immediately as he was in a perfect position. You can see here on the replay, 47 takes it in deep. He fires it, and it looks like it went either under the goal or through the netting. Very difficult to say. But the referee, and he called it a goal, so maybe it went off the skate of goaltender Hale. And after conferring, the officials at center ice call that a goal 34 seconds into this opening game of the 2025 DEFRIS tournament. And that goal scored by number 40. Number 47, who I don't have on my list. And back comes South Australia over the blue line. It's number 15. He gets it to the front of the net, makes the move, fires it wide. And the net gets knocked off. Who's 47? I don't have him on my list. Number 47, Hudson Ells. I don't have him on my list. Scores that goal. And out come the Queensland forwards on attack. That's number 11, Oscar Crampton. He gets it in deep, follows the puck up, gets it into the corner, knocked off his stick, and back into the neutral zone it goes. Number 67. He can't get it in deep. It's still in the neutral zone. That's 57 for Queensland. Back into the South Australia zone. Number 19, he makes a move inside his own blue line. Gets it out to the South Australia or Queensland blue line. In behind the net, that 73 picks it up. He chips it up along the board, stops up, reverses. Pressure by the South Australia forwards. Back to the blue line, and that's out over the blue line, so that goes offside. As Queensland go for changes, as do South Australia. at the blue line, kept in. That's number 9 for South Australia. Hansen chipped behind the net. Number 73 for Queensland, Knorr. He's battling the much smaller South Australia player. That's number 8, I believe. Queensland, South Australia gets it to the front of the net. Again, to the front of the net. Fired high and wide. Kept in by number 27. Dumped behind the net. Back for number 23 for Queensland. He gets it up onto the boards to Dobrinov. Can't get it out over the blue line, though. Back into the zone to 23. He tries to get it out. Pinched off at the wall by number 23. And out comes Queensland as they chip it over the stick and into the zone. Now they'll go for a change. Back comes Queensland. That's 58 Courser after it. He chips it past number 4 for South Australia. That's Wilkins. To the blue line. Wilkins, he can't get it out. Campbell, he chips it off his skate into the zone. Lynette, he dumps it in deep. D to D, up onto the wing. That gets fired down the ice past number 7 for Queensland. That's Arthur, and that'll go for icing. As again, I'm just sort of getting familiar with these names. A lot of new names and faces on the list. So as the game goes on, I'll hopefully learn something and be able to be a bit more informative as to who's carrying the play. Off the face-off, won by Queensland towards the goal. Picked off by the South Australia player. Tries to get it back to the D. Kept in at the blue line, chipped out of the zone. And in comes number 35 for South Australia. Or 33. Back into the South Australia zone, chipped out. Kept in again by number 7 for Queensland. Picked off by number 47 for South Australia, Hudson Ells. I've got him on my list as 34. Back into the Queensland zone, captain. He fires it out to Campbell. Campbell gets it up to the blue line. That's number 58 with it, as Campbell takes the hit after he releases the puck. And back comes South Australia. Fired towards the net off the glove of goaltender Hale. And that goes over the glass into the netting. Face-off will come to his left. In on the draw. It's number 9 for Queensland. Some of these numbers on my sheet are different than what are actually out there. I don't have a number 9 for South Australia. Back into the corner it goes. South Australia putting pressure on. Number 18 for South Australia, Shopov. He avoids a hit. Puck is loose. Chipped out onto the half boards as Queensland tries to get it out. Can't get it past the blue line. In on the attack. Behind the goal. Swings out in front. Can't get control of it. Hit against the boards. That's 28 Zhao taken into the boards. Queensland putting a bit of pressure on. Down into the zone it goes. Deflected. No icing. Back for it is number 57 for Queensland. Courser, Alex Courser. Picked up by number 8 for South Australia. To the blue line. Fired on net right into the glove of Queensland goaltender Xavier Hale. That'll go for a stoppage. Off the draw, Queensland win it. They get it down into the South Australia zone. Kept in at the blue line. Good play by number 26, I believe that is, for Queensland. 86. South Australia makes the move as a defenseman. He chips it out of the neutral zone. Knorr, he takes it across his defensive partner, picked up by number 10 for South Australia, taken behind the goal as he chases after his own puck, cuts back towards the middle, chips it back into the corner. That's number 4 after it, Wilkins. Rimmed around the boards, picked off by number 17. He chips it off of number 23 for Queensland, Ivans. And back comes Queensland. That's number 59. Makes the move, gets it knocked off his stick, but deep. And South Australia sets up for the breakout. That's Campbell with some back pressure. Fired in off by Wilkins off of Duffy's skate. Goes in behind the goal, D to D. Up to the captain. He chips out to the front of the net, right onto the stick of number 15 from South Australia, Mazichka. I'm going to call him Mazichka from now on because I think that's how it's pronounced. I hope so. Gets the shot, but right into the breadbasket. Face off to goaltender Wandell's right. False start off the draw. Won by South Australia. They can't get it on their sticks. Els, he chips it out. Can't get it. Henley, he fires it back in. Els after it. Chips it D to D to the captain. He can't get it out of the zone. Nice move by Els. He takes it, fires it to the front of the net. Good stick save by the goaltender. And just losing control of it. The captain on the way out, blocked in front. Again, the puck is loose. Number 27 for it can't get it out of the zone, or 57 that is. As South Australia putting some pressure on Queensland out to the blue line. That's number 84 picks it up. He goes slowly over the blue line into the zone. He gets knocked down. And out comes Queensland, or South Australia. 84 again after it. 66. Squeezes him out along the boards. And number 77 now for Queensland. He dumps it in. That's Cunningham. Big hit, and that'll be a penalty. Looks like a high stick made contact as number 77, I believe that is. 56 for South Australia. Eleanor Barter going into the box for 2 or less. High sticking is the call. 6:59 to go in this first period. Face-off win by South Australia. They get it down the ice. Back for number 7, Arthur, captain. He gets taken down. Almost loses control of it. Back comes Corser, number 58. He goes over the blue line, takes it into the corner, gets it behind the net. He's drawn another penalty. Looks like there might be a kneeing call here. Not sure what the call is, but it looked like he got his knee out. Oh, holding. Holding is the call. So South Australia will go down 2. And that's number 82 for South Australia. Kaz Hannon with number 56, Barter, already in the box. So they'll go 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 28 seconds. Queensland back to the blue line. Hard shot. And the referee called 3 seconds in the crease on number 11, I think that, or number 11 for Queensland, Crampton. The face-off will come outside the zone. I think that's the first time we've seen that called in the period. Face-off 1. In comes Queensland. That's number 11. He takes a hit. Down the ice the puck goes, 47 for South Australia. Hudson Ells. Back forward is the captain for Queensland, Dane Arthur. Drops it off. Corser over the blue line. He takes it wide. Protecting the puck with his skate. Back to the blue line. Over to the far side. Hard shot wide. And that goes off the baseboard and high over the glass for a stoppage. .45 seconds to go in this 5-on-3 advantage for Queensland. 1-0 the score for South Australia. One draw back to the point, fired on net and deflected into the corner. Queensland, they can't get it out of the zone. They'll have another chance here to the blue line, fired around behind the goal. Pinching in, big hit as Queensland, South Australia looked like they're going to take another penalty. And this will be for charging. So penalty trouble for South Australia. This will be number 27. Lachlan Henley, 2 minutes for charging. So 18 seconds to go in the penalty to Eleanor Barter. She'll have to stay in the box because it's still 5-on-3. And the penalty just called on Henley, I think it was, doesn't start until Barter's penalty finishes. So a bit complicated. South Australia will have to get a face-off or a stoppage in order to be able for their players to get back on the ice. Back to the blue line, or back to the goaltender. Ouimet, he circles around behind his net. He comes out slowly over his blue line, over the red line. Takes it wide, can't get it wide. To the blue line, but not out as it's kept in by number 23, Adrian Ivans. Back behind the goal, fired up to the blue line. And looks like, there's too many men on the ice as the South Australia player came out of the box. And that would have been not necessarily his fault. That would have been the responsibility of the penalty box attendant. As it was still supposed to be 5-on-3. So 5-on-3 for another 25 seconds. So just trying to get things sorted out in terms of when they can come on the ice. They won't be able to come on the ice during play because there's still a 5-on-3. Face-off win by Queensland. Scramble draw gets fired in behind the goal. Picked up by the Queensland player. He tries to get it out. Chipped back into the corner. Picked up by Queensland to the front of the net. Nice little toe drag by number 84. He gets it into the crease. Can't get a good shot on goal. South Australia, they're trying to get control of it. He gets taken down on the play. Fired towards the net. One penalty's over. So now it's 4-on-3. And Barter gets it not out of the zone.
Too many men again. Too many men again. They shouldn't have 4. They should still have 3.
So we're still a bit confused on this penalty. This should be 5-on-3, I think. Scores! So amidst a bit of confusion there, Queensland even the score from the assistant captain, number 58 with the goal Hamish Corser buries it top shelf. Ties the game 1-1.
58-77-7.
Amidst a bit of confusion about who was supposed to be on the ice and whether it was supposed to be still a 5-on-3 or a 5-on-4. So they have to sort things out to make sure. As both coaches are asking for explanations on the play. But the goal will count. Just need to clarify the timing on the penalties as to whether it should have been 5-on-3 or 5-on-4. So we're waiting for the esports desk. Still waiting for esports desk to update. Five on four with 46 seconds to go, 47 seconds to go in the period. South Australia, Els, he fires it on goal. (43 seconds in the power play. The third penalty. South Australia wins the draw back to the blue line. Oh, and just fumbled a bit by the goaltender. And out they come to the blue line, but not out. Kept in. As 42, Hannon just kept it in at the blue line. South Australia pushing for a goal. They can't keep it into the zone. Still 5-on-5. We'll have to get some explanation for this later. I think it's just the matter of when things ended and when the goal was scored. To the front of the net, nice blocker save. Back to the blue line it goes. South Australia putting pressure on here. Dump back into the zone, cross the crease. Spinorama by number 68, that is, for South Australia. Back onto the half boards, picked up, and out comes Queensland. Chipped back into the zone, offside on the delay. So, I think we're all sorted now. Penalties are over. Goal was scored. We'll have to get the explanation for that at the intermission. Off the draw, into the Queensland zone. The puck goes. South Australia. They dump it in behind the goal. The two biggest guys on the team are after it. Number 57 and number 8. They're battling behind the net. Battle on the boards. 3 Queensland players, 2 South Australia players, and the referee blows the play dead. There'll be a stoppage and a face-off to the left of Queensland goaltender Xavier Hale. Off the draw 1, but just put back to the point. Not out. Queensland. That's number 8. He dumps it down the ice. Picked off by the D. Back into the zone it goes. That's number 77. He gets it back to the blue line. Not out. Chipped off the skate of number 11 for Queensland. And back comes South Australia. Lots of scrambly play and slapping at the puck through the neutral zone. South Australia tries to get control of it. That's up to number 8 for it. He gets it into number 17. That's Lou. Behind the net it goes. Corser, he gets it up to number 11. That's Crampton. He dumps it deep and goes for a change. In behind the goal. Big hit as the Queensland forechecker was just caught off balance. Hard shot to number 8 for South Australia. Fire down the ice. Puck is rolling and just doesn't make it to the line for icing. Out comes Queensland. Number 8 over the blue line. He just dumps it in on goal. Goes for a change. Picked off by the Queensland forward, and back comes Queensland down the ice. That's number 84. Duffy, he dumps it in deep. Goes behind the net, back to Duffy. He gets it off the boards, back to the blue line to number 7. He chips it back in behind the goal. Duffy, he picks it up. Flicks it in behind the goal. South Australia trying to get it out of the zone. Back to the blue line it goes, kept in, and that'll do it for the first period. As a play a bit scrambly for the last couple minutes of that period after the goal to tie it by Queensland on a nice snipe by the Queensland forward. A bit of confusion on those penalties and who was supposed to be on the ice and when they were supposed to be on the ice. But I think they got it sorted in the end. So at the end of the first period, just waiting for eSports Desk to go live. It doesn't seem to be updating live. There we go. So 1-1 the score. Goals by Els, unassisted at 14:26 as he put the puck in tight from a sharp angle on an individual effort to make it 1-0 for South Australia. And then Corser, number 58, on a nice shot, assisted by Cunningham and Arthur at 6:40 to make the score 1-1. 3 penalties that period, although only two are showing up so far on eSports Desk. Els, Barter for holding, and Hannon for holding. So we'll get the other updates as we get them on eSports Desk. So a relatively exciting first period of this first game of the 2025 DEFRIS Championship between these two teams. Referees just talking to the penalty box attendants and the coaches of the South Australia team over there, explaining what was going on in that first period with the penalties. See if I can get an explanation at some point for what was happening there. Either linesman Matt Gregory or Owen Coral coming over to the box. See if I can get one of the guys over. Hey, Matt. I'm not going to be able to get their attention to find out what was happening, but obviously they think they've got everything under control, and I've got oodles and oodles of confidence in our Stripes in today's game. Very experienced officials. Teams line up for the draw. South Australia defending the goals to your left, and Queensland goal to your right for this second period of stop time action. South Australia, they get it into the zone, breaking in to 3-on-1, takes the shot. Good toe save by the Queensland goaltender, Hale. As Queensland avoided a close one there. Puck comes to the blue line, not out. Nice move by Els as he flicks it, fans on the shot. A good stick by the back-checking forward. That's Duffy. And Queensland breaks out of the zone. Chips it across D to D. Over the blue line, Corser, he takes it in deep. Fires it on goal off the pad of the goaltender. Oh, and he had to be careful as his teammate came in and almost deflected that puck off his pad back into the goal. He had to be sharp on that one. Yeah, that third penalty to Wilkins for charging gave them the second 5-on-3 opportunity. South Australia, they win the draw. On the breakout. Pass is missed, chipped to the blue line, intercepted. Back comes number 9 for South Australia. That's Hansen. He fires it across the front of the net. Off the board, Zhu, he can't get it out. Back to the blue line, that's Chen. She comes in from the blue line, takes a little backhand dish, and that goes wide. Back to the blue line, and out the puck comes. Number 89, I believe, for Queensland. Has to be careful on that one. Number 8 for Queensland, Mojacek. I'm going to have to get some explanation on this pronunciation of that. Oh, big hit behind the goal. My view was obstructed by the linesman on that play, so I didn't quite catch that one. South Australia out of the zone. That's number 9. He gets over the line, chases after the puck up against number 57 for Queensland, Alex Corser. In behind the goal, Corser up against number 8. Mojacek to the front of the net. Oh, Mojacek was wide open and couldn't get that one to go. Fired back down the ice behind the goal. South Australia to the blue line. That's Barter, I think, takes it to the front of the net to the house. Oh, another fantastic save by the Queensland goaltender Hale as he just got his toe on that one. And South Australia's number 8 again had that golden chance in front. Adam Mojacek with the chance. And he'll be seeing that in his sleep tonight. Face off to the right of Hale. Won by Queensland, or South Australia, into the corner. Shot, backhand, wide. And out comes Queensland. That's number 59 with it. He chips it off the boards. Watt to himself, chases after it. Tries to get it to the front of the net, off the back of the goal. And back comes South Australia. As Corser can't stop it. Off the skates. Back to the D for the South Australia team. That's number 82. Goes D to D. Up to the blue line. Chipped into the zone. And Queensland backing up. Fires it down the ice, and that's deflected by one of the South Australia players. So they're back for it. They chip it D to D. Back to the reverse, back to the opposite D. To the blue line. Picked off. That's number 4. He can't get it out. Back for it is number 17, Lou for it. On the breakout. Chips it up onto the half boards. Hannon, he can't get it out. Back to the blue line. That's number 28 for South Australia. Don't have that one on my list either. That's fired down the ice. That'll go for icing. Have to get that one sorted as well. So don't have 28 on my list. Face-off win by Queensland, D to D. They're trying to keep it in. Another one fired hard on the net, and that's frozen by the goaltender, Wandell. So I'm just sort of looking up on eSports desk. Off the draw, Queensland win the draw, get it to the front of the net. Good clearance by the D. To the blue line and out. Number 7, he gets it back in, the captain. Out comes 66, he chips it ahead to Els. Els takes it in, makes a move, gets it to the front of the net, fires it right into the glove of Hale for the stoppage. Fired back to the blue line. South Australia, they get it in deep. Controlled behind the net. Back to the blue line. That's 27 with it. He dumps it in Henley. Big hit by number 15, Mazichka. Back to the blue line. That gets out over the blue line. Chip back into the zone. Corser, he can't pick it up. Nice little pass up to Els. He picks up, takes the shot. Oh, and that goes off the crossbar and bounces out. I don't think that was in. Again, Els tries that sharp angle shot, and it doesn't go. Brings it to the front of the net. Just chipped off the stick of number 66 for South Australia. Holmes' ball. Back to the blue line, out of the zone, chipped up to number 77 for Queensland. He takes it across the front of the net. Oh, he can't get it to go. Good save. Fired to the net. And out of the zone. That's 56 with it. South Australia, they get control of it into their zone. They go D to D as Queensland goes for changes. And out comes Els. He's got a partial breakaway. He does have a breakaway. He goes in on goal, takes a shot wide. Good stick by number 73 for Queensland. Noor back to the front of the net. And it looks like number 7, 47 for South Australia. That extra little poke at the goaltender. And he'll draw 2 for a slash. He went in pretty hard after the goaltender had smothered the puck. And Queensland will go on the power play. In the South Australia zone, Queensland South Australia desperately trying to get it out of the zone and down the ice, and they do. Just a bit of a distraction there. And as I'm trying to sort out the team list, numbers, Maggie Pryor, I've got her on my list as 24, and it's 28. Back into the Queensland zone. 1 minute and 5 to go on this power play. Not making much progress so far. Over the line. Behind the goal. Onto the half boards. to the middle and fired back down the ice. That'll go for no icing on the penalty kill. Back for it goes number 7 for Queensland. Dane Arthur gets it out to the center of the ice. Into the zone. Good play by number 9 for South Australia, Hansen, as he bumps the Queensland player off the puck. Goes back down into the Queensland zone. 23 seconds to go in this power play. Not much offense on the part of Queensland. South Australia doing a good job on the penalty kill. Into the zone it goes. And fired down the ice, and that'll do it for this power play. And back for it goes Arthur. And back on the ice steps Els as the puck gets fired down the ice, and that'll go for an icing call against Queensland. On the play. 1-1 the score, 6:11 to go in this second period. (17-7) the shots on goal in favor of South Australia. They win the draw. Els, he gets control of it in the corner. Tries to make a move. Gets pinched out along the boards. Queensland, they pick it up. Try and get it behind their own goal. Gets it to the front in the slot. And picked off the skate. Back comes Queensland. That's number 19 for it, Campbell. Els, he picks up. Again, partial break. He goes in on goal. Takes the shot. Nice blocker save. As the referee goes for a sliding tumble. To the front of the net. Els, he rips it back across the behind the net to the blue line. 82 takes the shot. Deflected. And out come Queensland. And Campbell, he breaks his stick. And unfortunately for the young man, picked up his broken stick. And he'll go to the box for 2 or less for playing with illegal equipment, a broken stick. So maybe just a bit of pressure on the national tournament for the young man. He knows the rule, and no one really needs to tell him after the fact. So face off to the right of the goaltender in the Queensland zone. Battle in the corner, won by South Australia. They get it to the front of the net. Fire down the ice. 1:42 to go in the power play. South Australia, they set up. Out slowly behind the net. Up onto the wing. That's number 66, Holmes' ball. He fires it in towards the goal. Picked up by number 8 and ripped around the boards. Not out. Fired back towards the goal. That bounces behind the net. Good play by the Queensland penalty killer as they fire it down the ice. In on the attack, number 68, I believe that is, Dobrinov. And back down the ice it comes. In pursuit for South Australia, number 4. He picks it up behind the goal, gets it to the front of the net, into the high slot. That's Chen. She gets it back to the blue line to 27, fires it back into Chen, misses her stick. Els, he gets it behind the goal, tries to get it to the front of the net and can't. Tries to get it to Chen, back to the blue line to 27, into Chen, back to 27 at the blue line. He comes in, takes the shot, loose. Good save by the goaltender, but couldn't get control of it. Again, 18 seconds to go in this power play. South Australia pressing for the go-ahead goal. Els, he gets it behind the net, knocked off his stick. Good stick by the defender. Into the corner, good che. And the penalty has expired to the front of the net. Oh, another glorious chance. And Queensland goaltender Xavier Hale dives for that one. All even now as Queensland, they are desperate to get it out of the zone and go for a change. And they do. Back comes South Australia into the zone. Just squeezing past the defender was Ivy Chen. Back into the corner. To the blue line. That's number 27 with it for South Australia. Henley gets it back to the blue line. Number 58 to the front of the net. Oh, and just sitting there. They can't get their sticks on it. Number 55 for South Australia, or 56, Barter. She gets it behind the net. Picked up and chipped up the boards by Queensland. Number 9, Hansen. He fires it behind the goal. Picked up, brought to the front of the net, fired to the net, sits in front of the goaltender, gets cleared away. That's number 94. He rims it around the boards. 84, Gabriel Duffy, doesn't get out of the zone. Duffy, he's after it. He's got number 8 in pursuit of him. The 2-8s. And number 9 for South Australia. And out come Queensland. They finally get it out of the zone. Chipped into the South Australia zone. Cutting back hard to the front of the net. Bounces back, that's number 11. And back comes South Australia on the rebound. 2-on-2. Shot to the goal. Deflected in behind the net. And out comes Queensland again. End-to-end action here. Ouimet, he crosses the blue line. Chen makes a good play in defensively. Back to Watts. Into number 82 for South Australia. That's Hannon. And out comes South Australia. As they come back in on the zone. Big hit on number 82, Hannon. As he carries it into the zone. Takes it back to the blue line. Blocked partially by the Queensland defender. Spinorama shot to the front of the net. And there it is. Just sitting there and gets cleared out of the zone by the Queensland forward. And Queensland, 30 seconds to go, 38 seconds to go. And out comes Chen. She tries the backhand across. Gets it across to a good stick by the Queensland forward. Chen, she gets control of it. She swings around, goes down the left side, dumps it towards the goal, deflected wide. 28 gets it to the front of the net. Number 4, he fans on the shot as he had a glorious chance. Kept in at the blue line. Chipped out of the zone. And back forward is number 56 for South Australia, Barter. She catches up to it, and that'll do it for this second period. End-to-end action, no whistles for the last 5 or 6 minutes of that period. Exciting plays and some great stops by the goaltenders. So we're looking forward to an exciting finish to this game. 1-all the score. 23-8, South Australia out shooting Queensland on the shot count. We'll come back. We'll take a bit of a break. We'll come back for a summary of the statistics so far of the second period and what we're going to look forward to in the third period of the game. So for Cassandra Edwards, Sam Lamb on the camera, this is Chris Langell. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Cockburn Ice Arena, fans. Chris Langell bringing you the play-by-play of this first game of the 2025 Kurt DeFries National Under-15 Championship here in Perth, Western Australia. The teams are back on the bench. The officials are ready to go. And we're ready to go for this exciting third period of action. Had a chat with referee Luke Power just to get a bit of an explanation on the confusion on the penalties. And he said that, yeah, it was probably the South Australia player would have come out of the bench early. Should have been a 5-on-4 for 28 seconds. But fortunately, it didn't have any material impact on the game. 1-1 the score after 2 periods. Els unassisted, 34 seconds in. Then Corser from Cunningham and Arthur tied it up. 3 penalties. 2 penalties in the period. Els for slashing and Campbell for playing with a broken stick. And off the draw, goes back into the South Australia zone. Tap back. And out comes number 56 with that bar turn. She fires it down the ice, and that'll go for icing. Some of these kids playing overseas and representing Australia internationally. Jasmine Chen, World Junior Under 18, played with the Ontario Hockey Academy last year. Off the draw, the puck gets fired back down the ice. No icing, as that was fired back, I believe, by one of the Queensland players. Fires it D to D. Number 7, he gets it out to his winger down the left side. Fires it to the front of the net, blocked by the skate of the South Australia player. It's out over the blue line. Number 17, reverse hit as he goes in. Another hit as he pins the South Australia captain to the boards, Els. And Els does get control of it. He gets across the blue line. Fans on the attempted pass as he saw Henley breaking up the middle. His defenseman goes back behind the goal. Around the boards, Henley, he fires it on goal. Queensland trying to get it out. Fired to the net off the skate of Arthur. To the blue line, Henley keeps it in with his skate and then gets chipped out of the zone as he couldn't get control of it. And Campbell, he gets it out into the South Australia zone. Back for it comes Barter. She chips it up the boards, gets it into the Queensland zone, and chipped down into the South Australia zone. Barter against the boards. And it's pinned. Number 9 for South Australia comes back and just dumps it out into the neutral zone. Back behind the goal. In pursuit, number 11 for Queensland. Picked up by number 82. And he does a couple of spinoramas and carries it out of the zone. Number 77 for Queensland after him. That's Hannon. He gets it deep into the corner. Checked by number 8 for Queensland, Spoljarovic. That's a high hit, and that'll go for 2 as number 8 got his stick high. And he'll go for roughing on the play. Into the box, Paul Jarovich. He'll go for 2 or less for a roughing. 12:15 to go in this third period. South Australia goes on the power play. They win the draw, get control of it. Cross to Chen, Jasmine Chen. She gets it back to Henley. Henley takes the shot off the glove and to the blue line, but not out. As Els, he keeps it into Henley. Henley, he brings it in, takes the shot. Oh, and just under the shoulder of the goaltender for Queensland, Xavier Hale, as he smothers it for a stoppage. Hey, if I get back, give me a warning with about 5 seconds left in your penalty, so I can open the door for you. All right?
Sorry, I've lost my internet. Sorry. What was the penalty? What number? Sorry, it's 8. Sorry, I didn't understand that. 8. What time? How much time? 2. 2, but it would be less. We don't know. We'll have to find out. Yep.
They just got to try and get the time sorted. The referee's coming over to the bench. Unfortunately, I believe we've lost our internet access. So, I'll let you know if I hear it, or the referee will come over. Yeah, so the referee just getting clarification on that penalty. Seconds left.
So, 11:04.
11:04. Yeah, sorry, fans. On the commentary, I'm trying to communicate between the Queensland bench and the official scorekeeper, and 30 seconds to go in this power play, and now it's up on the board and ready to go. Off the draw, Els, he puts it back to his defense. Missed by Henley. He has to go back behind his own goal for it. Out he comes. Good stick by Queensland, but picked up by Elf. Hard shot. And in after is number 8 for South Australia. Jasmine Chen, she gets to the front of the net, takes the backhand. Good save by the goaltender for Queensland, Xavier Hale. 4 seconds to go in the power play. Stoppage to the right of Hale. Face-off. Off the draw, won by Queensland. To the blue line, not out. Penalty is over, all even. 5-on-5. And it looks like we're going to have another penalty. Delayed call. And that's going to go to Queensland again for charging. .10:56 to go in the period. And Queensland takes its second consecutive penalty. Number 59, Oliver Watts, in the box for 2 or less. Off the draw, South Australia, they get control of it. Back to the blue line. Missed on the half boards. That's Els. He gets it in down low. Els takes it to Chen. Chen, oh, glorious opportunity as the puck wasn't perfectly on the tape and had to take a second or two to control it. Back to Els. He takes the shot, deflected. A good stick by the penalty killer on the play. That's 94 or 84, I believe it is, for Queensland. Gabriel Duffy deflected it over the glass for a stoppage to the left. Face-off win by South Australia. Back to the blue line. Els, he comes in, gets it down low. Back to the number 9 for South Australia. Back to Els. He plays with it on the half boards. Duffy putting pressure on. Els, he goes in on it. Chips it around the boards. It goes up onto the dasher. And out comes Queensland, 2-on-2. Els, he chips it high to the front of the net. And I think that was a fantastic stop. I wasn't sure. I had to stop and look and see what the referee said, but Wandell made a fantastic save there, getting the puck in her glove. 55 seconds to go in the period. Won by Queensland. They just dump it in behind the goal. Jasmine Chen, she carries it out, picks it up on the wing, down the left side, over the blue line, cuts to the middle, cuts back again, looking for an option, takes it behind the goal, up to the wing to Els. Els, he delays, gets it back to Chen in front. She takes it, scores! Number 10, Jasmine Chen gets the power play goal, and that puts South Australia up 2-1. Beautiful feed across the crease from Els. So Jasmine Chen with the goal on the power play, assisted by number 47, Hudson Els, and number 9, Phoenix Hansen, at 9:27 of the third period. Looks like we might have had a goalie change as Issa Creasy goes into the goal for Queensland. Face-off win by Queensland into the zone. Shot wide, back forward is Barter. She takes a bump. In behind the goal, Queensland forward, the alternate captain, back to the blue line. That gets out over the blue line, and offside is the call. Linesman Matt Gregory made the call just as number 7, Dane Arthur, was in the process of shooting the puck. So that'll go for offside, just outside the South Australia blue line. Looks like referee Power has called a penalty. Number 7, Dane Arthur, 2 minutes. Abusive official is the call. So the linesman must have heard some comment, and he'll go to the box for 2 or less. Late change not allowed by referee Luke Power as Campbell has to go back onto the ice. Again, the face-off won by South Australia. Back to Els. Els, he gets it down low to the front of the net. Nice power play move. Els, he dumps it back into the corner to number 8. Back to Els. Back to Henley at the blue line. Takes the shot. Nice blocker save by Creasy. That's the first shot he's saved. Back to the front of the net. Oh, another good pad save. And that bounces all the way to the blue line as Chen dumps it back into the zone. Back to the blue line. Henley, he dumps it in. Down the ice. Chen back for it, in pursuit by number 24, or 84. He knocks it off the stick. Chen gets control of it again and reverses. And back comes Henley. He gets it up to Els. Els over the blue line. Number 8 for South Australia. Back to Els. He tries to make a move. Knocked off his stick. Hard shot on net by Barter. Back to the blue line to Els. Els just fires it to the front of the net. Oh, off the post. Off the post again. 2 posts. Saved the day for Queensland. As down the ice it goes. 32 seconds to go in the power play. And out they come. Henley, he gets it up onto the wing. Els, he can't catch up to it. Fired back down the ice. And that should just about do it for the power play for South Australia. 7 seconds to go in the power play as they bring it out slowly. Over the blue line, number 82, he takes it in deep, stops up. Good play by Corser. I believe that's number 57, Corser. Alex, it is. He picks it up behind the net. Again, nice play, but gets stopped by number 66 and fired down the ice. And that's going to go for icing as back for it goes Barter. So back onto the ice comes number 23 for Queensland. Adrian Ivans won't be able to make the change. 6:38 to go in this third period. 2-1 for South Australia. 33-9 shots on goal for South Australia. Back to the front of the net. In behind the goal, that's number 15, Mazichka. And out comes Queensland. Corser, he goes over the blue line, stops up, waiting for his team to catch up, fires it hard and high, wide of the net. Back to the blue line, Campbell, he can't get it deep. And back comes South Australia. That's 15 with it. He gets it to the front of the net, cuts to the front of the net, and he draws a penalty. And that's going to be a hooking call to Queensland. And South Australia will go back on the power play. number 8. Archer Spoljarovic will sit in the box for 2 or less. Face-off win, back to Henley. He gets it into Archer. Down low to number 8, back to Els. Back to number 8, high to Henley. He takes the shot. Oh, off the glove. Scramble in front. Puck is loose. They're still banging away at it. Goes wide. Chen gets it on the half boards. Looking for an option. Backhand pass to Henley. He fires it towards the net. Gets deflected. Behind the goal. Number 8 gets it over to Els. He puts it back to Henley. Takes it to the middle of the ice. Loses control of it. Chen, she backhands it to Els. Takes the shot. Oh, and another great save by the goaltender for Queensland, Issa Creasy. Good pressure on this power play by South Australia. Els, he gets it to Henley. Henley fans on it, and the puck gets knocked out of the zone. 53 seconds to go in this power play as Chen takes it all the way back behind her goal before swinging around and breaking out. Up onto the wing to number 9. He gets it across to number 8, who dumps it down the ice. Can't get control of it. 30 seconds to go in this power play. Barter, she crosses the blue line, gets it into the Queensland zone, dumps it back to number 8 for South Australia. Back to Barter, back to Henley at the blue line. He gets it across to Els. Els takes the shot right into the breadbasket of Creasy for the stoppage. 9 seconds to go in this power play. 2-1 the score for South Australia. They'll make changes. 4:08 to go. Face-off win by Queensland. Can't get it cleared. As good stick by the South Australia player. They get it to the front of the net. And that'll do it for the penalty. Teams are all even at 5. South Australia still controls it in the zone. Picked off by the defense. Up onto the wing to Campbell. Campbell, he gets a weak shot. Can't get it out of the zone. That's number 4 for South Australia. Wilkins, he dumps it in deep. Up against the boards. That's a battle. I think that's Barter with it. Gets it to the point. Number 82 for South Australia, Hammond. Back to the blue line. Hannon can't keep it in. Has to go back for it. Corser in pursuit. Hannon, he breaks up the right side. Big hit by number 84 for Queensland, Gabriel Duffy. And that creates a turnover. Back down the ice it goes. Barter, she goes behind the net. Goes down. That's Barter. Picked up by number 4 for South Australia, Wilkins. He goes to the front of the net, loses control of it, and back come Queensland. Chen, good stick, dislodges it. For number 4, he goes in the right side, 1-on-3. Dishes it off to Chen. She takes it to the front of the net, tries to get it to the point. And I believe 3-second, no, it's a goal. The net came off the moorings, so the referee called that play. And Queensland calls a timeout. 2:33 to go in the period. So Queensland trying to come up with a play to tie this game up late. No changes will be allowed because the Queensland player was deemed to have knocked the goal off the moorings. So the referees, officials will have to make sure they identify who the guys were that were on the ice as we get set to start. 2:33 to go in this period. Potentially the game if Queensland cannot tie it up. Face-off will come to Creasy's left. Won by South Australia, but out of the zone. Henley just barely got to the blue line or red line and fired it in deep. No icing. Picked out by Queensland. They come out of the zone. They can't get it deep. Back into the zone. Zichka, he dumped it in. Back forward is Duffy, or Arthur. He's behind the net. He's checked by number 47, Els. And out come Queensland. They dump it down the ice. Back across the blue line. 266. He can't get it out of the zone. Els, he chips it off the glass to the blue line, but not out. Back in behind the goal. 66. He does get it over the blue line, chips it, and battles for that puck. Back to Arthur. Arthur picks it up at his own blue line, looking for options. Makes the pass, intercepted by Chen. Good anticipation there. She dumped it back into the Queensland zone, and they have to regroup. Back into the Queensland zone. Chipped up the ice, and that's going to go potentially for icing. No, icing waved off as Corser beats Chen to the puck. Corser to the front of the net. Queensland keeping the puck in. Corser battling on the boards. Tries to get it to the front of the net. Can't. South Australia can't get it out of the zone. That's 77 with it. He takes it to the front, takes a shot. That was Cunningham. Comes all the way around. And dumped into the Queensland zone as Arthur couldn't get it out. Good forecheck by number 8. He steals the puck, gets it to the front of the net. Oh, and that just goes wide. Puck disappears underneath the gate. And that'll go for a stoppage in play. 8 seconds to go as Queensland can't get the goaltender out of the net for the extra attacker. Face off to his right. Won by South Australia. Fired on net by number 9, Hansen. And that'll do it. Final score, 2-1 for South Australia. An exciting finish to that game. Queensland had their chances, but overall, South Australia carried the play, outshooting Queensland 39-9 in that game. Final stats on the game. As soon as I can load up Sports Desk as the teams shake hands. 2-1 the final. Goals by Els in the first, unassisted, 34 seconds in. Corser tied it, 6:40, assisted by Cunningham and Arthur. And then the game-winning goal on the power play, 9:27 to go in the third. Jasmine Chen, assisted by Els and Hansen. Penalties in that third period. Spaljarovic roughing at 11 minutes. Watts for charging at 10:56. Arthur for abusive official at 9:04. And Spaljarovic for hooking at 5:59. Final shots on goal, 39 for South Australia, 9 for Queensland. South Australia out shooting Queensland 16-1 in that third period. 1 for 5 on the power play, and Queensland 0 for 4. So with that, this is Chris Langell signing off for this game, the first game of the 2025 DEFRIS Championship. We'll be back for Game 2, WA versus Victoria, coming up shortly on the broadcast. Stay tuned. This is Chris Langell signing off.